instructional coaches at Prairie Point. Over the summer, we created videos to communicate our new grading beliefs and commitments. Those videos explain the why and not the how. Ultimately, we want our students' grade to communicate what they know, understand, and are able to do on content standards. Today, we will focus on how those beliefs come to life through Infinite Campus. First, we need to understand the new grading scale. You will notice that this year, all assignments and assessments will be scored on a 4, 3, 2, 1 with intervals of 0.5. These scores are directly aligned to our levels of learning. As a parent, student, or teacher, we want to focus on the level of learning and how to reach the next highest level. Our ultimate goal is for students to be at a level 3, or what we call proficient, on all power standards. If your student is showing proficient work, then he or she is able to independently apply the standards the teacher is teaching and assessing. Level 2 work means that your student is able to do foundational work or basic level work on the content standard. Level 1 shows that your student has very limited knowledge of the standard and needs a lot of adult support. Level 4, on the other hand, means that your student is showing very higher order thinking and a greater depth of knowledge in the standard. At times, there's been a misconception that Level 4 can only be demonstrated with outside work or means above grade level standard. This is not always the case, and students will be shown what Level 4 thinking sounds and looks like in the classroom. Now that we understand the grading scale, let's jump into Campus. Once you've logged into Campus, you'll need to click on Grades on the left-hand column. A new page will appear with your schedule and courses. Then you need to click on the specific course. We'll click on English 9, taught by Mr. Riedstrom. This page shows you a very detailed account of the standards, types of assessments, and levels of learning. It will also provide you with a comprehensive grade at the time. Let's have Mr. Berg, a 9th grade English teacher, analyze the gradebook to understand how it is communicating your students' understanding of the course.
Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Berg. Let's discuss the categories first. You'll notice categories. These are like headers for each course. Core teachers will use categories to describe and identify course standards. You may see the exact wording of a standard, a few words to show the content, and/or a standard coding. If you notice a PS behind the standard, then you'll know that this is a power standard. A power standard is an area of learning that a teacher has deemed essential that a student knows, understands, or is able to do. You will notice multiple categories with multiple standards being taught in a course. Only summative assessments in all the categories will count toward the student's grade. Our gradebook would use all summative assessment data points from all the standards to create a comprehensive grade for the student. Using all the summative assessment data points allows us to use a body of evidence to provide a grade for a student. Now we will take a closer look at the assignments. We will have Mrs. Stoffer, a 7th grade reading teacher, walk you through interpreting these assignments.
Mrs. Stoffer. In the assignments, you will notice a student receives 4, 3, 2, or 1. These numbers are aligned to 4 levels of learning or our proficiency scales, as Mrs. Tripkosh explained in the beginning. Teachers can name their assignments anything they like. The most important thing for a parent, guardian, or student to focus on is the level of learning and the alignment to the standard. However, you will notice some abbreviations. FA stands for Formative Assessment. This type of assessment or assignment guides teachers' instruction and will not be counted towards the overall grade. Due to it not counting towards the student's grade, students will not be able to retake these assessments and/or assignments. They are just practice. SA stands for Summative Assessment. This type of assessment or assignment is used to determine whether a student has the necessary level of understanding after a duration of teaching. Students will have at least 3 weeks to retake summative assessment standards. The student will have to complete a relearning plan before doing so. Summative assessments will count towards the student's overall grade. Another abbreviation you may see is DCA. This stands for District Common Assessment and is an assessment that all students take to show how our curriculum is aligned to the power standards. These may or may not count towards a student's overall grade. Something you will not notice in the gradebook is assignments about participation, turning in assignments on time, and extra credit. Mr. Graff, an 8th grade math teacher, will discuss this portion with you.
Hi, I'm Mr. Graff. As Ms. Stauffer said, we believe that student behavior should not be included into their academic grade. However, we do understand that teaching and monitoring behaviors is essential for post-graduation success. And so because of this, we'll focus on 3 soft skills, that is engagement, dependability, and responsibility. So to gain an understanding of how your student is behaving or completing their work, you'll need to look at the employability scores. We have 3 areas in which we assess your student, and those are engagement, dependability, and responsibility. Engagement deals with participation and following expectations. Dependability covers being present and being prepared for class. And then finally, responsibility monitors their work completion.
Today we discussed how campus communicates the understanding and learning of a student. We also explicitly stated the alignment of our grading beliefs and commitments. We want you to be able to use campus to garner an accurate and precise picture of your students' understanding and learning in content courses. We also wanted to communicate how your student is performing on various soft skills. We hope this video was informative to you. Please do not hesitate to contact the building if you have any further questions. Thank you.